let me acknowledge and thank Regional Chief Isidore Day for his remarks, his closing remarks here, and bringing this all back into focus about how we're going to move forward and what needs to be done. So it's pretty clear. You've spoken. We've been here, sitting here, listening. We did participate on day one, but our responsibility here was to be able to listen and hear what you had to say and how you wanted things to be able to roll. I appreciated all the speakers. We had a tremendous amount of speakers. We had a tremendous amount of people relaying their educational information. The second level services were particularly strong in their presentations and defining and beginning to have that discussion about who we are as Indigenous people, you know. And I like the comment that was made by our last speaker here, who talked about it's got to be more than language. You can have the language, but it has to be that part of our culture, our worldview, our spirituality, our understanding, to make up that person who we are and bring that back. So with that, I'm not going to say any more. I think what we need to do is to really understand the struggle that we're in sometimes with respect to the notion of colonization. And the word that was used in the PowerPoint was destruction. And that's really colonialism. I have a hard time saying that. You should never have to say that word. Colonialism is the destruction and the theft. And it's big and it's broad. I mean, it's our governance processes, you know. So we're under the Indian Act process and governance. It's our economies. We talked about our spirituality. It's our resources, our territories, our language, our values, our perspectives. That's what has been at the root of the destruction of this government. And how they see us and how they look at us is that they just look at us as lagging behind, that we just haven't caught up to the industrial movement that's going on. And today, I think in the discussions that we've had, we've proven that to be false. It's about who we are as a people first. It's about our values. It's about us defining for ourselves what notions of wealth that we want to be able to talk about, what notions of values that we have. It's about all those things that make us so powerful, that made our ancestors so strong, that they've been able to, what they've given us has been able to be carried forward today. And that's what I really got excited about here, and that's what I really want to be able to take home with me, to know that we are working on that, and we are going to overcome that. And I agree with my colleague here that I don't think it's going to take us 7 generations from the work that's going on now. I think we're going to go fast, and when it picks up, it's going to snowball and it's going to roll. And we have to be ready, and we have to be strong, because it's going to roll, and it's going to keep pushing us, and it's going to make us as stronger people as we go forward. I want to acknowledge our youth today. We had some youth in the crowd as well, but our youth speakers. We gave Mr. Muniz and Ms. Tristan the opportunity to be able to be the facilitators for the entire process, and for that I want to acknowledge our youth as having that capacity to be able to do that. And so I offer this to Tristan, this gift today. We did yesterday acknowledge Mr. Muniz when he left to go back to his studies and to be able to take his exam. So if you want to come up, Tristan, I have this small token for you for the work that you're doing. So that's it. Again, I thank you for the voices that you brought to this process, and I want to be able to call upon our elder now for our closing, and to make sure that we're able to travel back to our families and our homes, and that we know that when we arrive there, that our families will be there ready to greet us, to hug us, and to know that love from our families.
I just assumed that he was referring to me. That's why I came up. anyway, getting the discussions and all those things that happened in the last couple of days. And there were times in our history, mostly in our recent history, where we had opportunities to come together as a nation, as a people. And somehow things got derailed and things happened and things fall by the wayside. And I don't know how many opportunities that we will have to do that. And I think at some point in our life, we have an opportunity to do that. And all of you that gathered here and talked about the education of our people, our younger generation. And we got also inclusive of all the people of learning about us, about who we are, and about the things that we can accomplish if we decide to do those things. I think sometimes the will is lacking, the spirit is willing, and that means we need to do things together. And a lot of times we get stopped because we try to fit our ideas into a box, and we all know that we don't work in a box. We work in a circle. So we have to think in that way, and we move forward for our children and our grandchildren. I know we've come a long way in the last 25 years that I've been around. I've been around before, but I've been involved in nationally and conferences and sitting with the chiefs and council with discussions that they have over various things throughout this time. And with that, I think, and I want you to go forward to be that leader in the community, to be the one that gets things going, and the will for all of you that spoke and shared your ideas here the last 3 days. You can accomplish amazing things, and I think that can happen as well in the community, and just to move that forward, each step helps. And with that, and I will say a prayer in my language, and something that I still have and I'm thankful for. I have you shaman it up, Kawasnet, Skelly, Makanduta. Omigas were shaman it up, where Matsu in a way, Kamo to go. Calm the man need to go. Utanang with the Gaibe our to go and show me standing go and open standing here. Imam Snanum Doi to go. The Jansen and the Moses standing. I'm singing my God of Shinati to go. Way on the man away, Mr. Gay, good way, Ganago, where he Kanago, where Mr. showing the gay need to go. After way is I get to go and snabby, even at where Mr. Gay will need to go. We do snammy to go, shaman to do. Where job is to hang away, Mr. Gay, and it's to the manga. Mr. Gay won't wake I mean the shangy to go. Well, when the job is to hang it to go. And it's waiting in my spoke out to mangy to go. I'm not sure where Matsu will need to go. Why gave you up cinnamon or shaman to do? One cake I keep on me out. Well, when the ocean need to go, and it's where Bobby go on need to go, when he just saw, then we might have not need to go, and she's carrying on need to go. And after we know to know the water, how my need to go, shaman to do. We do go, what cinnamon here, which cinnamon toy to go this way. When you make up with the body to go, the mountain and the body to go, the most look up with the body to go, Mr. Gay one way. You know where Mr. Gay one way, and an artist to need to go. I'm taking English to go, I'm English to go, how coming to go.